if you don't have anything nice to say about somebody, don't say anything at all. I mean, we were taught that all as what? Kids. I want these children to think of their mother as a rock star, a greatest mother in the world. And I want them to think of their father that way too. And I can't have people saying things that are going to possibly jeopardize that. It was somewhat of a disturbing picture you painted with a couple of little kids cowering in the back seat of your car. What is your, I guess, issue with Mr. Wilson's mother?
I've had concerns with her as a caregiver for them based on the incident that we had when they were, I believe, 1.5. Before that, I didn't have an issue. What happened was my son, KW, had been having some irritation with his diaper changes. And so she had been going to change his diaper. And I said, oh my gosh, let's double check that, make sure he's good. His butt's been getting red. And then within the next week or two, I noticed that she would kind of casually mention she thought that they needed a diaper change. But she had been in the household helping. So I wasn't paying full attention to them. And I eventually did ask Mr. Wilson, I said, I think she's not changing their diapers. I don't know what's going on, but I'm getting the sense of. So it was a few weeks. And she actually, both of them said, you know, yeah, she decided that she wasn't going to do that. And to me, that gives me concern for all the other decisions you're making. When we went through the divorce, I was told that that was not enough to object officially to it. And so they've been going to her. But when it was only AW who hid in the car, that immediately threw all my concerns back up.
How often, from your perspective, does Mr. Wilson travel, and what is the purpose of that travel?
So I would say it's probably 4 or 5 times a year. So
buckle up, guys. Today we're going to see how a seemingly calm family court hearing begins with quiet tension hiding beneath politeness. The judge sets the tone with a moral boundary: protect the children's image at all costs. But behind that measured tone is pressure building fast, and every word hints that this courtroom is one step away from conflict waiting to break loose.
3 of those times were to visit a significant other, and I think the 2 others were for work.
Okay. And how long is he usually gone for?
In total, or that he's not with his parenting time?
Yeah, I mean, if he's out of town for, let's say, work or whatever, I mean, is he gone for a week, 5 days, 3 days, 1 day? What's your understanding of that?
So far, it's been between 3-ish days and a week.
And then his mother would in essence be the caregiver
Correct.
At that. Okay.
Correct.
What else you want to tell me?
The concern with the winter holiday, I have 2 concerns to that. The first one is that I know this is a difficult one because Yule's not on everybody's schedule, but it typically for our household runs just like a Christmas would. So we do kind of Yule Eve, if you will. And that it was written in the judgment of divorce, so it started on the 20th instead of the 21st. And the way that they've proposed it, it starts that morning. We do, wake up and Santa brought presents, so that doesn't work if we start at 8 a.m. in the morning.
So you would like that to start noon?
The 20th. The 20th, just it would mirror the Christmas holiday for him, so it would be the same hours as his, only it's the 20th and 21st. Instead of the 24th and the 25th.
Okay.
And then the second part of that is with their proposal, I'm great with splitting the winter holiday evenly. The problem is
All right, Guys, this is where the mother's concerns turn specific and serious. She recounts a moment that raises red flags about basic caregiving, ignoring diaper changes. It's not about the act itself, but what it suggests: neglect, judgment, and control. The detail forces the courtroom to face uncomfortable questions about trust and responsibility, setting the emotional stage for everything that follows.
Chunk of time off. In the past, what we've done with the holidays is just said, like, you know, oh, you're only going to get 1 day and then it's back to a chunk, and then 2 days. We've just sorted it out so that it could flow evenly, which I'm okay with, but I'm leery of writing it down specifically like that and then having it not financially. That would be difficult for me if I have to take a whole bunch of days off, and that's one. I'm a florist, so that's one of our busier holidays.
Stands to reason. So your, I guess, solution to the Christmas break is to just leave it as it's set in the judgment?
Yes. I mean, if there's some way we can specify, I don't mind it saying split them evenly. Just that contiguous chunk could be a problem for me.
Anything else you want to tell me?
Let me just check and see if there's anything else. Oh, I would like to say that I did offer him makeup parenting time when we ran into that snafu with the kids. So I'm fully aware that I want him to have all of his time. It actually hasn't been requested, so I'm not sure where that stands. But
You mean it hasn't been requested from you? It's apparently been requested from
yes, yeah,
the folks at the front of the court.
yes.
Ms. Pagorish, I'll give you the last word.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Wilson has texted me during the last 2 years. He's traveled 3 times personally and 2 times for work. And as far as the break for Christmas, as Ms. Wilson's indicated, Mr. Wilson's significant other lives out of state. So he would like the opportunity to have a block of time over the holiday to be able to travel with the boys to see her, or to have her come and stay with him and the boys. That's important to him. So an every other day kind of schedule would just be problematic. And that's what we're trying to avoid over the break.
Here, the story sharpens. The moment the child hides in the car, fear replaces reason. This tiny scene, barely half a minute long, says everything about emotional damage and the ripple effects of family conflict. It's not legal argument anymore. It's human reaction under stress. The courtroom's air thickens as old wounds resurface, reminding everyone how fragile this custody fight truly is.
Well, let me bite this off in smaller chunks for everybody. I think the parties who are arguably very good parents, that they're ratcheting up this parenting time so much that there's not going to be any flexibility from anybody. It's too rigid, in my view. But that's up to the parties. Usually, I don't get a motion to clarify a judgment that was prepared by probably 2 of the finer attorneys in Grand Rapids. Usually they clarify it for me. I rely on them to clarify things quite a bit. But let me see if I can take this in bits and pieces. I'm going to start with the Labor Day and Memorial Day. There's no dispute that it's going to start on that Friday before. The dispute is what time. And Mr. Wilson would like 8 a.m. Ms. Wilson would like after work. And I'm going to order that it be after school. So when the children are done with school. In the same manner, because the parties have their own way of doing things as far as pickup and drop off. Same manner. I mean, the easiest way to do pickup and drop off, but the parties haven't done that here, is to just.
Now we shift from emotion to evidence. Travel becomes the focal point. 5 trips a year, some personal, some for work. Seems harmless, right? But in custody terms, it's ammunition. Each absence questions commitment, and every answer adds pressure. The narrator's tone turns cinematic as the courtroom calm gives way to slow burn suspense, showing how ordinary schedules can turn into legal leverage.
You usually pick up the children, and at the end of it, the other party does, but parties have somewhat kind of amended that a little bit, and I really don't have a problem with the way they amended that. Let me speak a little bit about inherent rights. MCL 722.24 charges courts with, in all actions involving the dispute of minor children's custody, the court shall declare the child's, or children in this case, inherent rights and establish the rights and duties as to the child's custody, support, and parenting time in accordance with this act. I don't know what the credentials of this professional are, and that's somewhat why I wanted to know who it was, because if that ever comes down the line, then Ms. Gorsh can do a deeper dive on this individual. But my policy when it comes to inherent rights of the minor children is that if you don't have anything nice to say about somebody, don't say anything at all. I mean, we were taught that all as what? Kids. And that's somewhat how I operate here. See, I want these children.
This is the breaking point. The judge invokes statute, discipline, and morality all at once. The tone shifts from legal reasoning to moral authority. If you don't have anything nice to say, don't say it. It's not just advice, it's a verdict on character. Every line pierces deeper until silence becomes the final argument. And that wraps it up for today. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you in the next one.